I wanted to talk about Sonic Frontiers, or check it out at least. I've seen small bits of it, but I've noticed that a lot of people are saying that there's some issues and there might be like some take back in terms of development or more time to fully execute the game. So kind of curious about those reviews and thoughts. I'm thinking about going to the actual website. Let's check out the website. Holiday 2022, watch the trailer. Okay, so there's going to be a trailer in December, likely. Worlds will collide in Sonic the Hedgehog's newest adventure. An experience like never before, accelerate to new heights and experience the thrill of high-velocity open zone freedom. Battle powerful enemies as you speed through the Starfall Islands. Landscapes brimming with dense forests, overflowing waterfalls, sizzling deserts, and more. I mean, these screenshots look pretty killer. I like it. I like what I see so far. You know, maybe the graphics could be improved. But overall, that concept of different worlds or environments and all in one, that's what we want.
IGN First for the month of June 2022 is all about Sonic Frontiers. We've got gameplay, we've got previews, and we've got interviews from the developers who made it all happen. All month long, we'll be diving deep into what you can expect when the game makes its way to you later down the road. First up, we've got the world premiere gameplay focusing on exploring the mysterious island that Sonic suddenly finds himself stranded on at the
All
start
this
of the
looks
game.
great. This
Be
is
sure
our
to stick with
usual
IGN throughout June so you
character
don't
look
miss
and feel of Sonic the
Till then,
Hedgehog,
here's
so
your
that looks
first look at
good.
gameplay from Sonic Frontiers.
That looks okay. This looks better. This looks better. Like the grass, the terrain, that looks better. The stuff in the distance looks like it's having some GTA issues, you know, that loading problem. Or like PUBG. Okay, so I see all these Sonic elements here, right? Like boxes, not portals, but like, you know, accelerators, etc. And people were complaining about that, and I have no, I don't get that. That doesn't make sense to me. Oh, that wall run is pretty cool. I like that. People were complaining about that being too prevalent, right? Like, that didn't make any sense to me, because I'm like, it makes sense. In a Sonic world, you have these things. It's not like a world you expect here where it's like inconvenient. It's like, maybe that's just how things are, and he utilizes those to his advantage, right? It's like a Sonic level. It makes sense. I don't know. That's what I think. Yeah, and there was another comment. He slid up the rail. There was no... He didn't have to gain much force in order... much speed in order to do that. Probably do it again here, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, like... Because he could sometimes go down, I think, in previous Sonic Adventure games. Which I kind of get that. But I would say that it should be easier. It should be pretty... you know, carefree. I don't want to have to worry about getting speed to go up a rail. You know what I mean? But if I have to be sure that I'm going relatively fast to get up it and not slide down, I don't have problems with that either. The problem is, and I was hoping, like, honestly, I'm a big Sonic fan. I'm a bigger Sonic fan than I am a Mario fan. But what Mario did right was like Super Mario 64, or I think that's the name of the game. The main 64 N64 game with Mario, where he's in the castle and he goes through the different levels, etc. They did that really well, and I'm hoping they kind of follow suit with this game, and what they did in that Mario game, because I don't know why Sonic's in an open world. That's all I'm saying. Like, what's the need for him to be in an open world? Like, there's got to be something to it. Like, I guess this looks pretty cool, like he's traveling across the world pretty effortlessly, but and that's what you need if you have this kind of a game, right? You need Sonic basically effortlessly speeding through things, like having a good time, having fun. Otherwise, it's not going to be enjoyable. It's going to be slow. Like, his speed could be increased a little bit, right? Like, it's Sonic. You want him to go fast. So that's what I'm thinking. Those are my initial first takes from what I've heard and what I've seen. It could be fun. I just like, what's the mission, right? Puzzles are good. Puzzles are kind of cool. Obviously, that was very simple. Evil, do we know what the objective is except for collecting the golden rings? Yeah, that's a good question. That's my main concern, is like, what are we trying to do here? Are there multiple villains? Like, is Chaos in there? Dr. Robotnik in there? Eggman? Like, what other villains are there? I'm not even super sure. Like, is Mech Sonic, you know, on his own? Shadow, I guess. You know, these kinds of things. There should be an overall story, right? Like, if you're talking about open world success, I never played Elden Ring, but I've seen it, and it did really well. If they could follow that element of the open world and missions, etc., that would be awesome. But I mean, that's a good question, dude. I'm trying to think, like, what, because right now you're collecting some rings, which, you know, maybe you'll get this and that. It'd be cooler if you could just find the Chaos Emeralds, as opposed to like doing the mission. Well, maybe both. Maybe they let you do both. They have missions where you can earn it or you can find it, depending on the game mode or the preference you have as a player. That would be kind of cool, actually. Yeah, right now, like in this trailer, you're just running around, hitting up puzzles, getting some rings or whatever, collecting some rings, which, if you could collect rings and get swag or work on abilities, that wouldn't be too bad. That would be kind of cool. That'd be different. MMO style. But yeah, I don't know. Evil, yeah, I want to see some of the combat aspects if there is any. Yeah, that would be pretty nice to like get those at a different level, you know, for this day and age. Like, we have a bunch of different Sonic combat elements have occurred throughout the ages, like the homing lock and like hitting multiple enemies through the air. I think they showcased that already, but I don't know, something else. This reminds me of Phantasy Star. I thought about playing Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis, like you know, because we were playing Phantasy Star Online 2, but we didn't get into it as much as Phantasy Star Online and Phantasy Star Universe. Those games were amazing. Ooh, that's a new tactic there. Ooh, okay, there was like that was actually kind of cool. There was a bit of like a wind dash. I don't know if you saw that, but it seems like he can charge up like a little bit of I don't know, like a gust or something. You can go Pidgeotto. No, I don't know, but like something like that, you know, like some sort of wind-based attacks, or like, I don't know. You think about the Flash, and you think about like just other characters, other IP that goes really fast. What can they do? They use like lightning that's generated, like electricity that's generated by your speed. You know, maybe sound or something causing some sort of a impact, some frequencies generated, I don't know. And then like wind. I don't see, because this is kind of cool, because yeah, right there, because this is like a Phantasy Star. Okay, this is like a Phantasy Star universe boss. You know what would be killer though, is if they actually merged this Sonic Frontiers game somehow with Phantasy Star Online, or Phantasy Star Online New Genesis or whatever, the new Phantasy Star. If they merged it with this Sonic Frontiers game, that's basically what people have wanted for so long. They created hacks for Sonic the Hedgehog in Phantasy Star Online episodes 1 and 2 from like the early 2000s. There was hacks where you could be Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and you're just running through like the Phantasy Star Online lobbies and missions, which was always so much fun. I don't know what this raccoon is about, but I'll keep listening.
Is out here. Every commentator,
this is like a Crash Bandicoot kind of thing.
So
breaking through boxes. Well, I guess it was in the old Sonic Adventures.
Double check your subbed, okay? Sometimes people are unsubbed. I know.
Yes, double check your subbed. Sub right now.
Really though? Okay, so
only not to him, to me.
Now, roll. Sonic finds himself separated from his friends and all alone on an isolated island with nothing but an AI voice guiding him to collect the Chaos Emeralds.
Master Chief and Blue Chick.
and no energetic Crush 40 soundtrack. Just wide open fields as far as the eye can see.
You need a
There's
Crush
an air
40
of mystery
soundtrack.
to Sonic Frontiers, and it's a vibe. Excerpt alone gives us a lot to go over. So exactly
Ooh,
what's
that
going
was cool.
on is part of a mystery, and I'm terrified of
you
seeing
call it?
spoilers
What was that?
once we get closer.
What do we call
But
that?
Sonic,
A little-
Tails,
like a
and Amy
lasso, or
were
like
once
he-
flying. So
I don't
all
know,
the people
but he
debating
roped
whether they
across.
heard Amy or Tails.
Swung
you
across. Yeah,
both
yeah, yeah,
win.
that thing.
Good ending.
That looked pretty
we
cool.
also know Knuckles has some involvement, as we saw.
Oh yeah,
something
what happened to
fishy's
those
going on.
chows?
Also, that leak
I
from
remember those
January
things. Those were kind of
2021
cool.
getting
Just
confirmed
cute little.
comes with some downsides.
All right.
too.
You end it when
We've
you
now
get to
seen
like
Sonic take down
the
multiple
massive
Titans,
ring. That's kind
and
of
he hasn't
reminiscent
gone
of the old
Super
games.
Sonic once. Meaning,
I would like to see you get to play as multiple different Sonic characters, and in worlds that are reminiscent, or worlds or environments that are reminiscent of old Sonic levels. That's what I'd like to see. That'd be cool. So if you have Flying Battery Zone in, the original Sonic 2 game, or Sonic and Knuckles, or Sonic 3, can't remember which one, but you have those levels, and they're taken and brought into this Sonic Frontiers, I think that would be cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for Sonic Frontiers. It looks promising to me. Excluding mostly promising. It's mostly promising. It's just, there's a few things that they need to ask themselves, like, what is Sonic doing? Why is he here? Is the story compelling enough? Is it going to be just a long-winded grind? See, that's the thing that I've felt like I've observed in Sonic games of the not so distant past, is it's always kind of a long-winded grind, and you're like doing all this stuff, and then you have to maybe do it again with a different character, like Sonic the Hedgehog for Xbox 360. Sorry, not the original Xbox. That was like, you do everything with Sonic, then you do everything with Shadow. I think you do everything with Silver the Hedgehog, and it was just like, holy shit! Like, how many times am I going to do this? So that was a little redundant. They got to avoid the redundancy, make the story compelling, and keep that open world, interesting.